This is Junkie, aka Tom Hulkenberg.
That is Hans Zimmer. Batman vs. Superman is a movie, if you analyze all the types of music that are in that movie and how it evolves and how the production is and how simple the Clark Kent theme is on just a small piano and how grand certain scenes with Batman and Superman are together, then how small it becomes for something else, and then how crazy it becomes with Lex Luthor and how banshee tribal it gets with Wonder Woman. It travels through all these musical areas. I would say that is great about doing the superhero movies with Zach, because it allows you to expand on the music that you know, the music that you love, and the music that you want to work for this film.
The amazing thing about what we composers get to do, we get to start off with a relationship with somebody who comes into our room and he goes, I want to tell you a story. You know, somebody is going to present this amazing story to you and fire up your imagination, fire up your intellect, fire up your musicianship. And the way we go at it is of course, recklessly and crazily, and we try to figure out what the heart of the thing is, and we try to figure out how can we go and give an experience and allow an audience to feel an emotion. Not tell them what to feel, but to just open the doors so that the possibility exists that in your life, you know, after you've been working hard all week and it's been grumpy at the office or whatever, you can go to the cinema and the lights will go down and suddenly there's the possibility of having an experience and feeling an emotion. No, I don't think it's a sequel. I think it's a development. Certainly with Superman, which to me always presents the heart of the movie, the humanity of it. That sort of stayed the same, or it's just getting larger and asks bigger questions.
You write the music for the first Man of Steel,
Right.
and we didn't know this was coming. So you watch the film, and you think like, well, great job, well done. And then Zack starts to make this film, and you try some pieces from the first film or leftovers in this film, and then we both realize, wow, it works way better in this film than it did in the first one.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's not just an accident. I think there were some very strategic moments where Zack was able to use the shorthand of having established some themes for Clark Kent. It literally becomes an emotional shorthand in the movie. You know whereof you speaketh when you see that character and you hear those piano notes. I tortured myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't help
Yeah,
it.
you tortured yourself. Hans had a legacy to protect, a very impressive legacy with Christopher Nolan and with Christian Bale. When Zack was going to take on Batman in this film with a different Batman, Ben Affleck, the natural response of Hans was, it would be the best scenario for everybody, in respect to everybody, that we bring some flesh blood in to deal with the Batman side of things, so I can stay true to the original legacy, and also in respect to Ben Affleck and Zack, instead of dividing the work up, which is like,
No, we
that's
did it
just like
together.
yeah, we
Right.
did. We just did it together, and in that way, we could help each other out on moments where it was needed.
None of it would have been written without the two of us being involved in the same project. I mean, one of the things for me was quite simply, after having done the work with Chris, I just didn't want to let them down, and I didn't want to let Ben Affleck down as well. You do want to keep a certain form and a certain shape, etc., and you need to build on this. And sometimes it's just getting into it together with somebody else, who just gives you a fresh perspective on things. We are expected to write a motif or a something or the other that can go and transcend a few years of movies. And you realize that there is this grand plan that, we have to serve and somehow make sure that over there in 3 years' time, something we set up as a tiny little minuscule little motif resonates or pays off. We went through every cliche to try to find a sound for this for Wonder Woman. We did the tribal voices, we did everything. We tortured every great singer. And suddenly I remembered this phenomenal cellist, Tina Grow, who, when you meet her, is one of the most polite, articulate, feminine, sweet. Sweet, I think, is a real word to actually use to describe Tina. And then when she plays her cello, electric cello standing up, when she grabs that cello, she grabs it like a sword. And everything changes. And you go, whoa, hang on a second. And she wields that cello like a weapon. And I thought, there it is. There she is. She transforms. And I wanted it to be a woman. I wanted a woman to make, I wanted the banshee cry. I can answer this in two ways, but I'm going to answer it in just one way, and it's a very personal way. Can you just for a moment, just let us enjoy this movie and not think about the future? Just for a moment, let us stop at this movie and go, we got through it, we're still friends.
Hans didn't have a holiday for the last 35 years. I didn't have a holiday for the last 3.5 years. I want to enjoy it.
And I'm going on the road.
Yeah, he's going on tour.
We're doing it the other way around. It's like I'm going and touring. Now that everybody knows that Pandora's box has been opened and there's the possibility of doing these other movies, just on a strictly personal level, we need to just be able to go, we've gotten through this one relatively unscathed. And and just celebrate that for a moment. I don't ever want to hold back on these movies. If I have to plan my life out for the next 4 or so years, I can't do that. At the end of the day, I'm a rock and roller, and it's like I need to plug the guitar in and make a loud noise in that moment. You haven't seen the movie yet, but you get to sort of do your own movie right now. And that, in a funny way, is a luxury. Just think about it, Put on the old headphones and just go on let us take you on a journey. Let us take you on a bit of an adventure. Sometimes it's going to get a bit rocky. Sometimes it's going to get a bit dangerous. Sometimes you might want to have a couple of tranquilizers handy. But it's not going to be dull.